So good morning and welcome children in today's classroom for class 8 English. So I have taken up today one poem from the English literature book Duck and the Kangaroo. So as you can see in the picture, one kangaroo is there, isn't it? And one duck. I suppose all of you can identify the kangaroo and the duck. Okay, so let's start with the poem. uh, Duck and the Kangaroo. This is basically about the conversation between the duck and the kangaroo. Okay. Now, the duck was really get bored remaining there in a small pond, and he wanted to have a tour, okay, world tour, and he also was very much envious looking at the kangaroo who can hop around the world and different places he can go. So actually, he had requested him to give a trip to the whole world. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, and here one thing to be understood, and that the kangaroo and duck both are talking here. So and this is also a kind of one literary device has been used here, which is called personification. Okay, they are in addressing one another like you, isn't it? And you cannot be used for any animal, it can be used for human being only, but here it is being used, and this is a literary device which is called personification. Okay, so we'll go and discuss about these things later on. Let's start this with a recitation and a video. You will see and watch and enjoy, and then after I will go to the poem.
Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out to the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. "Please give me a ride on your back," said the duck to the kangaroo. "I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through. And we'd go to the Dee and the Jelly Bolly, over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride, oh do," said the duck to the kangaroo. Said the kangaroo, "I'm ready, all in the moonlight pale, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady and quite at the end of my tail." So away they went with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times around. And who so happy, oh who, as the duck and the kangaroo.
So the children, you have seen that video, how the duck was requesting the kangaroo to give a trip to the whole world, isn't it? Okay, now we'll see. Altogether we have five different stanzas, so I have taken up only 3 to have a discussion on that and the explanation of those even. So let's start. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the field and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. So as you can see here, the duck addressed him as "Good gracious, graceful you are, and you can hop." This hop, H-O-P and H-O-P-E, you need not to be confused. The hop, H-O-P, means to jump, isn't it? So he said that you can jump over the field and over the water too, and as if you'd never stop doing that. My life is a kind of bore here in this nasty pond. The pond where he used to live, the duck said that my life is a bore there. So please, I long to go out in the world beyond. So please give me a trip on your tail Okay, I long to go out in a world beyond. I wish I could hop like you, said the kangaroo. So this was the request of the duck to the kangaroo to give him a trip to the whole world. Now you see the meaning: nasty, unpleasant, or bad. Now we'll see the explanation of this part. The duck is awestruck to see the movement of the kangaroo. He was surprised. Okay, it expressed that the kangaroo could hop continuously over the fields and water bodies. The duck's life was boring as it remained in the pond all the time. It wished to see the world beyond the limits of the pond. It wishes that it could also hop like the kangaroo. Okay, so this is the matter of this first stanza. Now we'll go to the second stanza. Now see, please. Now he extends its request by saying what? Please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. What was his request? To give him a ride on his back. Now, one thing to be noted here, see, please give me a ride, as if that he's talking, and me has been used. Me is a kind of, uh, personal pronoun which can be used for human being, but it is being used for the duck. So that's why it is what? As I told you, this is called what? Personification. Okay. Now said the duck to the kangaroo. Now how did the kangaroo? So he continued. I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through, and we would go to the lee and dee and jellywo lee, over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride. Oh, do, said duck to the kangaroo. So he continuously requested the kangaroo to give him a ride on his back, and he promised that he will sit very quietly there without causing any disturbance. Okay, and they will go for a world tour. Okay, to the D and Jelly-Volly. These are the places, to visit to different places. Okay, over the land, over the sea, they will go. And he extended his request by saying, oh, do. He insisted, rather, the duck to give him a ride on his back. This quake means what? Sound made by the duck. Now we'll see the explanation of this part. The duck requests the kangaroo to give it a ride on its back. It promised that it would sit quietly and would just quack all day. The duck lists the places that they would visit as D and Jelly-Wo Lee. It adds that they would hop over the land and the sea. In this way, this is the request of the duck to the kangaroo to give him a ride on its back. Now, stanza 3. What's then the stanza 3? We'll see. Said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires some reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatiz, said the kangaroo. Rheumatiz means rheumatism, or rheumatism, you can say, that the problem on the joints of one's body, like some the pain that one feel due to that. Okay, it's called rheumatism. This refers to a disease. Now we'll see the meaning. What is request? He said that the kangaroo said for the first time, he said what? That this requires some little reflection. Reflection means I need time to think over. Perhaps on the whole, it might bring me luck. Okay, it might bring me good luck. But there seems but one objection. But I have one objection. What is that? Which is, if you will let me speak so bold, if you allow me to speak, I can speak that your feet are unpleasantly wet, okay, and cold. So your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. Why? Because the duck always remain in the water. Okay, and he fears that the kangaroo fears that it would probably give him rheumatism. Okay, and so the reflection will see, reflection meaning thought or pondering. Rheumatism means refers to the disease of rheumatism. So the explanation of this stanza, the kangaroo replied that it had to think over it. Okay, the idea could be good for him, but he had an objection that the duck's wet and cold feet could give it body pain or rheumatism. So this is what we have seen up to part 3. Okay, and we'll see that what was the final solution, means how the duck tried to convince the kangaroo, and finally what had happened we'll see in the second part. I have shared some assignments. Okay, so you will go through that and will complete those assignments in your note copy and send me back for checking. Thank you very much.